Right, hello everybody, Samina here. Right, as I've decided to do a very short PPV training for the forum members, and I really hope you guys take some notes, tips, or whatever you want to call it, and because I'm going to cover a lot of different aspects of PPV traffic. So, obviously, I'm not the expert. I'm not been doing PPV for not that long, but however, I've done pretty well with PPV. I've done multiple four-figure campaigns. So without any further ado, I'm just gonna dive in and start, sharing some of the main aspects once again. So first thing, you need to know what PPV is, right? I'm not gonna go into too much because if you just type it in Google what PPV traffic is, you will come up with a lot of results anyway, and you can just take your time, get to know PPV traffic and what pay-per-view, whatever you want to call it. It's the same thing, end of the day. So first thing first, I want to cover is what type of PPV traffic. I mean, how many types? And there is only two types, right? Pop-up and you go pop under. Pop-up traffic. I'll show you an example in a minute. Basically, there's another screen. Let's say you're visiting this site, and if you see another screen popping up in front of your screen, that's a pop-up, right? And pop under is basically when you visit another site and like a pop-up comes up, then it disappears. But what happens is that pop-up or the pop under is actually hiding behind your main screen. And at certain times when you close your browser, you still see some ads behind it. So that's mainly pop unders. And your question is probably going to be is which one's better? Definitely prefer pop-ups because that actually works much better. It's a bit more targeting than pop under, and but some people they prefer pop under than pop up. So end of the day, it's a personal choice, right? Whatever brings the conversion, whatever makes you the money, that's obviously the best training, the best traffic, and your best friend. So now I'm actually gonna physically show you what a pop-up looks like. So if you just head over to CPVDAN, cpvden.com, just go over to the site. It's a forum and it's free anyway. And they do have some very cool, interesting tools. So once you go over to CPVDAN, just click on resources and scroll down and you will see preview popper. Alright, so just for an example, let's say I want to facebook.com, for example. I want to pop up Facebook over this site. So let's say you're using traffic vans. Just click on traffic vans. That's how actually traffic vans pop-up will look like. So you see this is your main screen and this is a pop-up, and that's how a visitor actually is going to look at your pop-up, right? And if this is traffic vans you're using, and if you're using media traffic, the window is a bit more bigger. Window means the size of the pop-up. Then you go lead impact once again, right? And I think direct CPV is the biggest one at the moment. It's like pretty much like a full page. And if you want to know a little bit more about the actual window size of the pop-up site, just go over to Luke Purefly. I think it's a really good site. Or just type in PPV window size, and where is Luke's one? There you go. And you will see this is Luke's blog, and he talks about all these PPV networks, window size, and whatnot. So obviously you can do a bit more research on Google, and you should be able to figure out the window size and what are the networks. So basically, go at the moment we have quite a lot of PPV networks, but obviously number one we have a traffic vans, then you got lead impact, then you got media traffic, and then direct CPV. Then you also have like add-on networks, then Findology. There's so many of them, right? But those four, the first four, are like the best because a lot of people use them, and they find pretty good success with them. And traffic fans is number one because they're just number one. They got better quality traffic. Then you got a lead impact number two. But in some cases, lead impact actually have way more traffic than traffic vans. I know it sounds a bit weird, be ranking number two, but lead impact can serve a boatload of traffic. I mean, that's absolute mental. Same as traffic bans. It probably just depends on the niche or the offer you're going to promote and the audience type, if you know what I mean. Like if you're targeting some unknown market, you might have a very less audience. Where if you compare that to well-known such as make money online or dating niche, you're gonna have a bit more, way more to be honest, audience. So it can vary on that, but still it can also depend on the networks that you still have like a 50 on red. They have a pretty good quality traffic, but some cases they have a pretty less audience. So you just gotta go out and test it yourself, my friend. Okay. Traffic bans minimum deposit is $1,000 plus referral. You can't just give them $1,000 and get an account. That's not gonna happen. You need to get a referral. Someone is to get you into the network, and a lot of people ask me that, how do I get a referral? Like, so you get two options. Number one, you gotta find someone who knows you, sort of thing, and who's spending about $50 a day, consistent for a certain period of time. I think it's for like 3 months. So it's gotta be someone who's using a lot of traffic every single day. And you also have a second option, which has not been talked about quite a bit, but that's how I actually got into traffic vans. Is if you've been doing CPA for a little bit of a time, and if you generate some good income, it doesn't have to be like 10, $15,000. Not that. It's just a healthy amount of revenue into CPA network. What you can do, you can ask your affiliate manager for referral, right? They know traffic vans, they know everyone, right? CPA managers, they're not stupid. They have a really good contacts. So just have a chat with them. Say, look, I just want to get into PPV and I want to do this. Just tell them what you want to do, right? How much revenue can you generate? If you can get into traffic vans. So, end of the day, if you can generate revenue for the CPA network, they will definitely help you out, right? The CPA network, the affiliate manager will write up a letter to traffic vans, and that's your referral there, my friend, right? So shouldn't be too hard as long as you got some activity going on into your CPA networks. Lead impact used to be $200 minimum deposit. Now they raised it to $1,000. So you gotta have $1,000, but you don't need a referral. Media traffic, I believe, is still $200 minimum deposit, and direct CPV, I think, is $100 minimum deposit. So it's just traffic bans. You're gonna need a referral. Other than that, everyone else is just to play with the deposit. So good thing and bad thing. Lead impact raised it to $1,000. In a way, is good. So whoever's really, really like serious about PPV traffic, that will deposit $1,000. Not everyone's gonna jump on it. That means the competition won't be that bad, if you know what I mean. Like a lot of people, let's say you are about to find a campaign and it's about to get profitable, then this new kid comes from the street, puts in like $20 into his account, and he starts bidding like crazy, and it makes your campaign look bad. You start losing money, you might just pause the campaign or even kill it, and this kid would probably just run out of money and it's gone home. That, and the other side, you just killed a profitable campaign. So you gotta think about both side of a good and a bad thing of the deposit wise. So I think it's been a pretty good move. So if you're really serious about PPV, you wanna get into it, right? So that's we just spoke about. I mean, this video is pretty much like an overview. I really don't wanna make like a 2 hours long video just on an overview. I'm pretty bad at making videos because I tend to just go on about certain things. Like I normally do plan like, oh, this video I'm gonna talk about only them three things, but I end up talking about everything, which is not good, right? So I'll try to limit myself into this video. Once again, my voice may be pretty dodgy because I'm still ill and got the cold because I'm from the England, the UK, bad weather. Right, anyways, now let's talk about PPV actual traffic wise, right? The targeting wise. I'm actually going to do separate videos for just targeting, then the cost, and maybe the tracking. And if I get a chance, I'll probably just do a walkover into one of my campaigns, one of the four-figure campaigns, which is you should be able to learn some good stuff from there. So targeting wise, right? You got, I mean, generally a lot of people say there's only two way you can target. Number one is let's say you're promoting offer, let's say just for an example, let me just think of something cool. I can't even think of an offer. Okay, let's just go for a general. Let's say first date is a dating offer you got, and it pays like $5 per lead, right? So normal cases, what people do is they go and find hundreds of similar dating sites or sites similar to your offer, right? And they start targeting those sites, which is pretty cool. Which is I also do it as well. A lot of people do that. And number two is what people do is, so in this the first example, what you do is you find an offer, right? And you build your campaign around the offer. So you find your offer, date first or first date, whatever. Then you go out and find hundreds of different dating sites and you start popping over them your actual offer, and you will make some money, leads and whatnot. That is a pretty cool way of doing it. That's the normal way of doing it. And the second option you do, let's say you want to start doing it different ways. Let's say you are out finding some high traffic websites, right? Just for an example, right? Let's say you Facebook.com. Facebook gets like millions of traffic, right? Every single month, or even billions of traffic every single month. Just for an example, say you take Facebook.com as a project wise, right? And you find an offer which may suit Facebook.com. So Facebook.com is a social network site, right? And let's say you found an offer called Bebo-High5.com, Friends Finder, whatever, right? Let's say you found an offer which has to do with social networking.com. So your prospect is Facebook, right? So this time you're building a campaign around Facebook. You are finding offer which will suit Facebook. So your target is just one website. On the previous one we talked about, you get an offer, you find hundreds of sites and you pop it over them. But this time you find one site with load of traffic, but you get a few different offers which may suit the actual site you're targeting, right? I don't know if that's making any sense. So this time you're just popping few different offers into just one site. So that's two different things, right? I hope that makes sense. But we're gonna go, when it comes to actual targeting module, we're gonna go over that anyway. I'm gonna show you physically how things are actually done. And the third one, oh, just a second, buddy. Sorry, I just had a really bad cough. Right, so third one, it's not been used a lot and not been spoken about a lot. It's called the self-targeting. So it's called self-targeting. So what we're doing here is, let's say we find an offer called clickbank.com. Let's say that's an offer, and the only thing we do is pop that same offer into the same URL. So our offer URL is clickbank.com. This is the offer URL, and our target URL is once again clickbank.com. So what happens is, you probably heard of like leveraging other people's list, and which is also known as solo ad. So a lot of people build their list for, like, let's say they got like 20, 30, 40,000 subscribers, and you pay them, I don't know, $100, $200, and they send an email and send the traffic to your opt-in page, and you build a list. So that's known as leveraging other people's list. But in this case, what we do is we leverage from other people's traffic. So if let's say 100 affiliates, top affiliates, sending thousands of visitors to clickbank.com, right? So they send a visitor to clickbank.com to this offer, right? And you advertise your clickbank offer in front of their offer, if you know what I mean. So basically, they come to the site, right, and you pop over your ad right here. Let's say this is actually clickbank.com right now, right? This is the actual clickbank.com, and as soon as they come in, you just pop it. You actually pop the clickbank.com again. That's twice, right? So their traffic come into the site, and you just pop over your offer in front of their face. So you are not bringing any traffic from outside. You are leveraging their traffic. So this is really, really cool because what I'm going to talk about later on the videos is cookie stuffing, right? Which is a really, really cool thing, and it's the easiest way to make like a boatload of money, right? And believe me, when I talk about that, you're just gonna be like, what the hell? This is like purely hijacking out someone else's traffic. So let's talk about, I've talked about PPV pop-up is done. Sorry, it's a little notes, nothing much. Targeting types, which I've done, which is three different types. Okay, keyword versus, no, I'll talk about that in a second. So let's talk about traffic quality once again. A lot of people say, oh, PPV traffic is not good quality, is bad because you're popping up a load of crap from up people's face, people are getting annoyed and whatnot. Don't listen to them, right? Just listen to this logic. Let's say Mr. X is advertising on Google AdWords and paying $3 a click, right? $3 a click, and is sending that traffic to clickbank.com. And soon as the traffic come into clickbank.com, you pop up your offer in front of their face, right? So that traffic qualified or not? That traffic was in Google. He saw Mr. X's advertise, clicked on his ad, right? Came to clickbank.com. So that's a $3 traffic came into clickbank.com, and you spent half of a cent and popped up your offer in front of his face. So you literally taking $3 worth of traffic for like nothing, for free pretty much of the cost, if that makes sense. So the traffic is fully qualified anyway. But there's other side of getting bad traffic. Let's say if you're targeting facebook.com, this is your target, and this is your offer URL facebook.com. This is social network site, right? And let's say you start targeting these weird websites, right? Let's say you start targeting more like porn website, for example. If you start bringing traffic from porn website to Facebook, it's not really a good match, is it? Because those guys are into something else, and you're bringing them into more like a social networking site, which they are not into. They might fill up the offer, but they won't really be interested on Facebook. It's not really what they're looking for, if you know what I mean. So that is a bad quality of traffic. But if you're gonna target the good quality traffic, obviously your leads are going to be much more responsive and good quality, right? So everything is on you. It depends on how you use the technique to generate the leads or sales for your advertiser. So hopefully this makes sense. Now once again, let's talk about targeting URL versus keywords. In PPV, I mainly use target URLs because the traffic are much more better quality. So for facebook.com, if I start targeting bebo.com actual site, another social network, that means those who go to bebo.com, then they see my ad, right? So, and if I target bebo.com, right, and someone see the ad, Bebo could be anything, right? It doesn't have to be the actual Bebo, the social network site. Bebo could be mean a lot of other things, right? A lot of websites could have a post about Bebo meaning something else, and me popping over them onto those sites is not really relevant to my offer, if that makes sense. So keyword can generate loads of traffic, loads and loads and loads, probably 100 times more than URL targeting, but the traffic quality won't be as good, and it's just gonna burn your wallet like crazy unless you are targeting some specific keywords. Let's say an offer once again is called clickbank.com. So if you're targeting clickbank offer review, clickbank offer bonus, this and that, this keyword actually means money, right? It's actually talking about your offer. So this is highly qualified traffic other than just targeting generic keywords. So The difference is, once again, URL, you are getting the visitor from the actual someone else's site, and the site you have visited, and you know pretty much the site is qualified, right? Which is similar to your offer. So it's a bit more safe side, but don't worry, we'll talk a bit more about that anyway on the future videos. Spoke about that traffic quality. Now the um it's probably very heard of, you heard of that. PPV is very cheap, it's a penny traffic, this and that, and in real life it really isn't. Yes, it can cost next to nothing, a pop-up, right? But once again, let's say you are using a landing page, right? Let's say before you take a person from different website to click, let's say you're targeting facebook.com and you're promoting clickbank.com, but you are popping a landing page, your own made landing page, into Facebook, so the visitor clicks on the landing page, right? Then they go to clickbank.com. So here's the thing, let's say your daily budget is $20, for example, and you are targeting just Facebook. Lead impact traffic brands, whoever your network is, their job is to just pop the ad into your targeted site. If it's Facebook you're targeting, they will just pop that your ad, as many times they could as possible. For $20, right, you will get a certain amount of pop-up, but that does not mean you are getting the visitor or the traffic though. Let's say you got 500 pop-up into Facebook. If none of the visitor actually click on your landing page, that means you didn't get a single visitor to your offer. No visitor to your offer means no sales, no leads, nothing, isn't it? So you could be burning $20 for nothing. If you compare to that PPC, like PPC networks, until a visitor clicks on your ad, you don't get charged for. So on that phrase, if you think about it, the visitor will actually click on your PPC ad, then they come to your site. Whether they buy it or not is something else. But with the PPV, you could get like 1,000 pop-ups and not even a single person clicking on the ad. You just wasted your money. So when it comes to landing page, it's a bit more work. You gotta make it a bit more flashy, right? A bit more familiar, or something a bit more personal to the actual viewer. So they click on your landing page. Once they do, they come and see your offer, they make sales, and it's happy days for everyone, right? So in that case, it can get pretty expensive. In the other side, once again, if you're targeting just keyword, let's say you're targeting um, ebay.com, right? ebay.com, just for example, eBay could be on thousands of sites, right? And you could be getting that, a lot of people could be searching for something else, right? Let's say they just not want to buy anything, right? They just want to say see some prices, and they just type in um, I don't know, computer screen on eBay, or how to fix this, how to fix that, right? And there could be something about eBay, and your pop can just pop up for no reason, and they won't be very interested because they just want to know about certain thing. They don't want to buy, they don't want to do anything. They just want to write and read an article, whatnot. So keyword can trigger like loads of pop up for no reason, and that can just burn your wallet once again, like mad. Next thing, let's talk about high traffic websites like Facebook, MySpace.com. If a target gets million or even billions of traffic, first thing, stay the hell away from there unless you know what you're doing. If you're gonna target like Facebook, MySpace, eBay.com, you're gonna burn your wallet to the max, right? What happens is once, I think, what was the targeting? I think I was targeting Netflix, for example, once, right? And I kept my daily budget to $10. I was actually targeting just Netflix.com, the main site. And as soon as the campaign went live, I think within 5 minutes, I burned through, I think it's $30 or 35. And I was really shocked. I was thinking like, I kept it to $10 a day. Problem was there was so much traffic, it was impossible for the PPV network to actually cap at $10, right? By the time they stopped the traffic, it went burned me $35. Imagine that to you. Imagine you got like $100, $200 budget, and your first campaign's gone over by $50. You're gonna be bare scared, aren't you? You're just gonna say, "What the hell is going on? I don't want to do this thing." So, isn't that a bit more sensible to start the right way? You should know what to ignore from day one, so you don't make the silly mistakes, right? So, high traffic. And one more thing I want to clear: if a website gets 1 million visitors, it doesn't mean everyone on the website got an adware installed or the tool for PPV to pop up. There could be only 500 visitor actually have the stuff or the adware installed on the computer. So out the million, you might only get the 500 visitors or the 500 pop-up. So there is no fixed thing, but to be on the safe side, it's always best to take things easy. Go for a little bit lower websites, right? Which you can handle, which your budget can handle. So don't go crazy on the first day. And tracking, we're going to talk about. If you don't know how to track, my friend, don't even bother, because if you're going to target, let's say 100 websites, right? Let's say your daily budget is $20. Today you just burn through $20 and you got 10 leads, right? If you didn't track, that 10 leads came from them 200 websites, right? Some of only 10 websites out of this 200. That means, what the hell? I mean, 200 websites costed $20, and you probably getting let's say $2 per lead, so that you generated $10 and you spend $20 targeting 200 websites. So out of this 200, only 10 of them are profitable for you, right? Those 10 may have just cost you $2 in total to generate $10, and the $18 has been burned by other websites. Until you track, you will know which targets are profitable. Does that make sense? So tracking is very crucial, and I will talk about tracking anyway later on in the video. Do you know what? I think I should stop right here as in the overview, because otherwise I'm just going to model things up and I won't be able to cover things later on, because I don't want to do that. I think it's been a pretty interesting video so far, just on the overview of PPV traffic. So I should be able to do another video probably tomorrow or next couple of days, and from there we're actually gonna start doing things physically, and I will show you how to actually launch campaigns, how to target websites, self-targeting, or every other things. And if you got any questions, just start posting below anyway, and I should be able to help you out. So thanks a lot for watching this video, and I'll see you soon.